Clinton's Ditch, the Grand Canal, the Governor's Gully, the lifeline of the Empire State, the mother of cities, that damn fool dig. All of these names refer to one thing: the mighty Erie Canal. Certainly one of the largest projects ever undertaken by New York State, the construction of the Erie Canal and the other waterways of the New York State Canal System were fraught with difficulties and setbacks, but brought New York State into the forefront of an emerging nation and made it one of the most prosperous states of the day. Construction of the original Erie Canal was begun on July 4th, 1817 in Rome, New York. The 363-mile-long waterway took 8 years and 4 months to complete at a cost of $7 million. The canal was opened with great pomp and ceremony by DeWitt Clinton on October 26, 1825. Its completion was followed swiftly by the finishing of the other 3 canals, which today make up the New York State Canal System. The Champlain Canal was opened in 1823, the Oswego Canal in 1828, and the Cayuga and Seneca Canal in 1829. Their effect was felt immediately in the reduction of freight rates from $100 a ton to $10 a ton for a trip west. Movement of people was also easier, and the settlement of the western part of the state was facilitated. Many people played a vital role in the construction of the canal system. Gouverneur Morris, a statesman and financier, and Jesse Hawley, who wrote essays suggesting a canal from his cell in debtor's prison, are generally credited with originating the idea of a canal connecting the eastern and western sections of the state. DeWitt Clinton, who served as mayor of New York City and governor of the state, was a major proponent of the canal and probably the one to be credited with its eventual completion. Canvas White, an assistant engineer, solved many of the problems of construction and made the idea of a canal a practical one. And of course, the laborers who actually built the canals, many of whom were local farmers and Irish immigrants. These and countless others can all take credit for the successful completion of this huge project. Almost as soon as construction of the Erie Canal was accomplished, the enormous amount of traffic making use of it gave rise to the idea of expanding the canal. In 1836, little more than 10 years after its completion, work on expansion began. In 1862, some 27 years later, the new Erie opened for business, now 7 feet deep and 70 feet wide, almost doubling the tonnage it could carry. This modernized waterway served New York well for more than 40 years. In fact, it was such a profitable enterprise for the state that in 1882, all tolls in the canal were abolished when it was discovered that not only had the canal paid for itself, it had earned a handsome surplus for the state. In 1905, after years of debate, construction was begun on the New York State Barge Canal System. The major difference of this system was the use of rivers and lakes instead of being an entirely man-made channel. The towpath also disappeared in many areas because this modern system was traveled by self-propelled barges, tugs, and motorized craft of all descriptions. It is still possible, however, to see the ghost of the old canal in sections that have not changed significantly in over 100 years. The canals of New York State have played an important role in the development and prosperity of the state. They are truly deserving of the name Lifeline of the Empire State. Without the canals, transportation of raw materials from the western states and transportation of settlers from the east would have been an arduous task at best. The canals brought news and entertainment to isolated farmers and homesteaders, and were a way of life to the families that worked the boats.